Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the best motivational quotes from the talented and inspiring Anne Hathaway. If you're looking for a little extra inspiration in your day, you are in the right place. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up to stay up to date on all our latest videos. Now, let's go. I take some time to down my guard, but once I do and I get to know someone, I become quite receptive and trustworthy. An Atlas shrugged. The book as an art form is now in full flower. To be quite honest, I didn't start acting to become a movie star. I believe that although love is a gift, partnerships require labor. I can thus become better as long as I'm a professional actor. Nobody has ever been able to dissuade me from doing anything just because I am a woman. I had never imagined having the greatest worldwide fame. Oh my God, I have the fattest face. I remember thinking as a young actor just starting out. Some could argue that I'm too trusting since I might easily be taken advantage of given how much money can be gained from peddling rumors. Instead than flirting with people, I'm more happy just chatting to them. People pleasing has a strong addictive quality. The whole appeal of music is that it takes you somewhere that words can't. I've long since stopped trying to be flawless. In Tim Burton's Batman, Michelle Pfeiffer was one of the most motivating. I watched it and immediately thought, I want to be her and do that. As you age, there's a mellowing and an acceptance that comes with time, which is what I have seen, what I have envisioned, and most certainly what I'm hoping. I like design more than I adore fashion or brand names. Though it's absurd to think about since the kind of mother I'll be relies on the type of children I have. I consider it often. I'm highly conscious of my own past. I'm very eager to meet them. I have this little fantasy that I would one day live in Ireland since it is such a wonderful nation. I still find it hard to believe I was chosen to portray Fantine. I adore clothing. Like everyone else, I used to believe that the Kardashians are only popular because they are famous. I appreciate the thought that goes into making garments. Weddings are significant because they honor possibilities in life. It excelled. We're referring to little blood droplets. I think I've always been a strong proponent of equality. I'd be a lot more quirky if no one was looking. Since I was 16, I've wanted to have children, but I also always knew I wanted to pursue a job. I prioritize comfort above anything else. I adore yoga so much. I'm not as interested in that idea as I once was. Just because they feel wonderful, I'll wear my mom's untailored, just so, pants in public. I then attempt to blend in by dressing in something dull and navy. However, Kim Kardashian's backing of Caitlyn Jenner has truly pleased me. It's a way of thinking and a habit that, up until it gets desperate, feels really nice. I once thought that falling in love meant finding someone who would guide you over the turbulent waters. Rihanna is not me. I'll start with one healthy child, but I'd want to naturally birth many more and then adopt. He is hardly Prince Charming without such characteristics. To want to get married, you must want it. If things don't work out, you've probably had your fair share of disappointments by the time you're in your 30s. Being in as many various kinds of films as I could was my whole 20s MO. However, I also appreciated the fact that the genre was in need of some modernization. I like to stay in. It was just me out dancing carefree on some of the most enjoyable evenings of my life in my memory. The thing that worries me the most is just being left alone without somebody to look out for me or provide for me. I like fashion and the ability to play around with it, but I believe I need to become a little bit more organized before I can really call myself a fashionista. Absolutely none. However, wouldn't it be wonderful if I said, yeah, let me get my guitar and I'll play you a song? It would be wonderful. I feel quite Irish, which may be why my career has been so fortunate. People who approach me on the street often want a hug rather than a picture because they admire my work. I don't currently possess the talent. I want to work with individuals that scare and intrigue me, and I want to play roles for which I don't think I'm the ideal choice, but will try nonetheless. My hubby is incredibly patient. When it comes to fashion, I tend to be a what you see is what you get sort of person. My favorite roles are those. When I was 12, my home caught fire, which gave me a great sense of what needed to be done. Though I don't show it as often as I used to, I do have anxiety sometimes. I suppose I will find out. I have a little bit of everything else mixed in with my Irish and French heritage, from German to Native American. The Jersey Shore is fantastic, in my opinion. I just want to do excellent stuff. I lean more towards the later end of the spectrum between someone who is really carefree and someone who worries a lot. If you're excellent, the job will find you after I've established myself in America and I don't need to live close to the activity. To put it another way, I got to view some amazing artwork and everyone was really kind. Because of how close-knit we were, I absolutely want to have a large family. With Princess Diaries, I was put in a very high, enviable, but lonely position since I could carry a movie before I really knew whether I could act. I'm not one of the celebrities that goes out in outfits specifically for photography. You must experience that is reciprocated. I have no desire to rule the pop charts or the globe. I wish they would have continued creating rom-coms when I was old enough to be in them because I adore them. Be content, be yourself. The day is about much more than that. In my adolescence, I would have attempted whatever an actress I admired did to lose weight. I have a major crush on Amy Schumer. I do quite well keeping my composure in a crisis. I believe that was part of what I intended to achieve when I became an actress. The fact that my character and Jim Sturgis's character are basically folks from two different worlds who love one another in so many ways, but can't seem to pull it together is one of the key reasons why one day's so tragic. Everyone just wants to seem attractive in the pictures. I was on a starvation diet to seem as if I was on the verge of death in a movie. Short hair is my favorite hairstyle. I am not at the time. Now that I see those photos, I exclaim, so much collagen. My lack of street style bravery rivalry is often a result of nearby photographers, but our marriage is just 1.5 years old. In my 30s, I'm genuinely looking forward to things, but when I think back on my 20s, I just remember being terrified of everything. I enjoy it when clothing makes a cultural statement, and I believe having a unique sense of style is awesome. It's an outlet and a release. I sing all everywhere. For me, finding my own prints requires a lot of kindness, as well as patience and humor. I like watching MTV for escape, but when I saw Snooki, I recognized my twin. I was raised in a big family. When I initially meet someone, I am outgoing yet reserved. He claims that he is okay. Her ideas are mind-blowing, and the characters are very intriguing. Because I was there, I was unable to continue to immerse myself in the performance. Does it imply that we need to start developing rocket ships to launch us into space? Well, I believe we should if we can. I am not hip. I want to be a mother, and I plan to adore my children ferociously, whether or not you agree with Ayn Rand's views. And I do have some concerns with some of them. The lady can tell a good tale. As many different kinds of directors as you can work with. It was incredible. But who knows? I'm a pretty hard worker and a very motivated guy. I have really been fortunate. It might be difficult to let go of your need to please other people if you don't already have a natural and uncomplicated love for yourself. Yet that actually isn't a necessary component for happiness. Women who, like her, have made the decision to defend themselves and stand up to bullies are being warmly accepted. I've spent every summer of my life in Cape May. I like it when someone can convey ideas and emotions via the use of cloth or another material. Even while mellowness doesn't necessarily make for a compelling tale, it does. God, oh God, my least favorite aspect of life is being alone. That, in my opinion, is where part of the pressure originates. I know it makes me seem weak, but I truly don't feel like making myself happy by donning the ridiculous headgear and acting like I don't care. While preparing for The Devil Wears Prada, I worked at Christie's for a few weeks, bringing folks coffee and helping out wherever was required. Although I'm not sure whether we're meant to exist on this planet indefinitely, I believe that everyone aspires to lead really wonderful lives and to preserve its health. I like dressing up a lot. I don't believe in marriage for marriage's sake, and I finally met someone with whom I could, I think, live up to my words. I fully admit that fashion ought to be a pastime. My sole employment has been as a babysitter and an actor, but I have a poor habit of compartmentalizing my emotions and putting things off to deal with them later. However, very few individuals performed at Nancy Meyers' caliber even at the height of the rom-com genre. I didn't want to disclose that I had health problems while performing in Les Mis, in case it seemed that I was looking for pity. I went into it with a strategy and a guide. A nutritionist kind of assisted me with it. It's an improbable tale.